One of the things I really try to process now as a middle-aged man is the full extent to which I really thought that I was the main character. Well, let's give you an example. Early in our marriage, my partner and I, say we'd be going on a trip. My partner, at that point in time, would be doing the laundry, vacuuming the house, making sure the dishes were done. And I would literally think like, well, yeah, but you don't have to do that. Like, that's you wanting to do that. It's not what I want to do. She would get everything ready, and eventually I would say, oh, now it's time to get ready. And I would go, and this is not a joke. This literally happened on more than one occasion. I would get like a backpack or a suitcase or something, and I would get my own clothes. And then I would get like 2 or 3 books that I wanted to read. And I would literally bring highlighters because I'm a nerd. And I think, I'm ready. I'm ready to go on the trip. Looking back, like, what? How could I possibly think that was okay? And the thing is, when we had kids, it didn't stop, right? My partner would do all the work to get all of them ready and make sure they were bathed, snacks packed, and I would get myself ready. I think, oh, I saw my own father do this quite a bit, where he would take care of his own needs. So I know I didn't learn it from nowhere, but I also had to unlearn it because it never was okay. I thought that my role was to do all these things outside of the home and that the home was, woman's domain. I saw that modeled and even taught as the way it should be, but oh my gosh, is that not partnership? And that sucks. So if you are a person, especially if you're a man and you think that division of labor is okay, like you shouldn't be married. Like you shouldn't be in a relationship. And I shouldn't have been at that point in time. And that would have made me so very mad. Because I was like, what more do you want from me? Turns out, quite a lot. So here's part 2 of men centering themselves versus how women kind of move through the world. I would wake up sometimes on a Saturday morning after a hard day or a hard week of work. I'd make sure I got a shower, do this thing where I would literally massage my knees and stretch out for half an hour. And then I would go running for like an hour. While my partner was taking care of our babies, who had been taking care of our babies the entire week without a break. And I just kept thinking, well, like if you had main character energy, you would get up and you would do the thing and I would just fill the gap. But like that is such a selfish, self-focused perspective to think that somebody else who's been doing this labor would have to then speak up. But that's how, as men, we are socialized to move through the world. It's like you just do what you want to do when you want to do it. And everybody else moves out of your way. It's almost like being like a highway patrol officer who's permanently a highway patrol officer. You're going down the highway and everyone else starts slowing down and going the speed limit for you. And if you didn't have an intersectional identity, if you never got off duty, you might just think everybody drives like that. So as a male, you don't know that people are slowing down around you because they're kind of scared of you. Maybe you're actually even a little bit dangerous. Everyone is altering their behavior so that they don't get hurt by you. I really couldn't see that. So when we bring this conversation into values around having kids, same kind of thing, right? It was a huge priority for my partner to get out on a weekend and not only just have a break from her day-to-day and taking care of the small babies, on top of me, who would also look to her to fulfill my own emotional and physical needs in ways that were very childish as well. Like that is a living hell. All she wanted to do was get out and like ride bikes with the family, like, have experiences. Sometimes I would support that, but there were other times I'd be like, I really can't because it's not my value right now. My value is to get rest after this long week of work, and I just need to be home, and I would like you guys to be here, and I want to be around. Like, it's so kind of manipulative and controlling. But here's the thing. My partner wasn't doing it because her values were just that she wanted to get out. Her values were centered around the experiences of the kids. Her values were centered around how to make the family better. My values were centered around how to make me more comfortable. That dynamic is a losing dynamic for everybody, but especially for women in a relationship, especially for moms, especially for primary caregivers. That's not okay. This was not going to be part 3, but I respect somebody who wants to look in the back of the book for the answers. So let's do it. So I'll talk about this for a second philosophically, and then I'll add some practical examples, and we'll see if that helps. There's this thing my partner would tell me, you are not very good at anticipating needs. And I thought, I'm a man, we respond to crisis. If there's a problem, I'll fix it. But to be proactive, I hadn't seen much of that. This goes hand in hand with the next philosophical change I would refer to. My partner had this uncanny ability to support the things that I loved without needing to understand them. That was a shift for me. That I don't need an explanation. My partner would not bring things to my attention because she was trying to figure out how to make the perfect argument to just get me to hear and consider what she wanted to do. I missed out on so much of who she was and what she cared about and what her dreams were because apparently I operated by default as a legal firm. We too as men can support our partners, support women without needing to understand why they want to do the things they want to do. It can just be yes, Which brings us to the day-to-day and stuff that I do now that I did not do before. It's being in tune with the household rhythms to know what ingredients we need in order to go meal planning and go shopping. It is noticing my partner's level of cleanliness for bathroom is much better, so I'm going to join that brigade and get on it. It is unclogging the shower drain when it gets full of hair, no questions asked. It is taking the toilet brush and just like cleaning out the toilet like once a day. It is running the vacuum cleaner or the Roomba just to make sure that stuff's getting picked up. It is putting in the load of laundry, switching the laundry over, making sure if I'm watching a TV show that I can watch the TV show and fold laundry at the same time. That's not complicated. It's keeping the dishwasher on a constant flow and cycle. Either I'm loading, unloading, or assigning a kid to load or unload. And my partner does all these things too. Let's just be clear. This is not excluding her. We're just all doing this together. It is getting dinner started, even though your partner, it may be their day, but they ran into something. It is doing the mental load or helping with the mental load of Christmas shopping and birthday gifts and being in tune with what your kids like and buying those gifts ahead of time. It is restructuring a work schedule to make sure that I'm available to take kids to not only medical appointments and special events, but just be a part of the regular transportation routine to get them to and from school. It is putting kids to bed on time to leave room and space for your partner to either have some time with you or just have some time to themselves. And again, all this stuff is reciprocal. It's not always shared, split down the middle, 50-50 all the time. It's just this idea that like, if I don't get it this time, I'll get it next time. And no judgment, no keeping score. Just all know that we're in it together.